Sleep from HubSpot Unbound to the tests we run. Strategy updates under one bright sun. With Casey and Chris and George on the way. We break it all down so you're ready to play. Your latest updates. Every change that shapes your days. Your latest updates. New features, new plays, new ways. Your latest updates. Stay sharp while the world rotates. Your latest updates. Dialed in so you're ahead, not late. You tuned in right. You tuned in great. This is your latest updates.
You know, that song, guys, I got to be honest with you. I love the lyric that says, stay sharp while the world rotates. I feel like that is some straight up bars when it comes to HubSpot, when it comes to HubSpot updates. I won't even bring in the idea of AI and how fast all that's going, but stay sharp while the world rotates. How the heck are you two doing today?
Doing great. It's really nice. The weather's really nice here in Maryland this week, and it's going to get hot next week. I don't know.
Yeah,
you guys are all south, so maybe you've already experienced.
We had some 90s yesterday in Houston, Texas.
Yeah, we haven't hit that quite yet. This morning, let me look here real quick and see if it's updated. It was 63. Right now it's 65. I think it's supposed to get up to like 80 something today. So summer is when is the first actual day of summer? Did it already happen? Is it happening?
No, it's like June 21st. June 20th, June 21st.
It feels like summer now, so maybe somebody should let the calendar know that it's falling behind or something. I don't know what's going on, but well, hey, we're here to talk about HubSpot updates. Let me go ahead and share my screen. We will get into this. Because there is a lot happening. By the way, before we jump into the actual HubSpot updates, if you need a place to look at some of the updates along the way, make sure you head over to sidekickstrategies.com/HubSpot-updates. We're always adding some cool thumbnails. And of course, behind those thumbnails are the HubSpot updates that you actually care about. But today, we're going to do it a little different. We're going to talk about the three major buckets later. We're going to hop in the top 3 updates that we think that we need to talk about here first. And so the first one we're going to do is Marketing Research Agent. We're probably going to actually wax a little bit more poetic on this one, but let's start where we should. And Chris, the Marketing Research Agent, what is this?
The Marketing Research Agent, now in private beta, is an experimental agent that analyzes all your marketing reporting data and surfaces recommendations you can act on directly. Special note for this update, we will reach out to all users requesting access to the agent and require a mandatory onboarding call with the product team to better understand your business's use case and the quality of the recommendations the agent can provide.
I had to hit that beta button as soon as you got through that line. By the way, I love that that line is bold. But Casey, why does it matter?
Combing through multiple reports and analyzing various pieces of data is time-consuming. Marketing Agent takes a data-first approach to all queries. It leverages a cross-pollinated set of data to generate insights and recommendations, which you can save as tasks for further actions.
I love that you can, like, you know how many times I'm using AI and I'm like, hey, can you save this as a .md file so I can get back to it later? Well, now you're going to be able to save them as tasks so you can get back to it later. How does it work? I actually want to cover this one. In Marketing Studio, select the Research tab. You'll be introduced to a conversational UX. Okay, I'm excited. I'll pop open this image in a hot minute. As you prompt a research agent, it will identify the best reports and data sources needed to respond to your question. Well, Chris, for the last, 1,000 years, and we've been telling people to get all the data into HubSpot. Oopsie, if you didn't. The best way to get started is to dig into questions that may require more computational complexity. We should probably find a simpler way to say that, HubSpot, but it's all good. See the agents thinking live and begin to generate real recommendations that you can deploy to improve your organization's marketing efforts. Note, Marketing Research Agent is separate from Breeze Assistant. Conversations here won't appear in Breeze Assistant. Totally makes sense. Marketing Hub Pro, Marketing Hub Enterprise. This interface here is very interesting. Manage, analyze, calendar, research agent, obviously at the very far hand side. Chris, Casey, where do your brains go when you see things like this happening in HubSpot?
I'm actually very interested in hearing you first because we had the pleasure of Ankur, the product manager responsible for this, join the morning show on Wednesday. Impromptu. Thank you, Maggie, for inviting him. And so we got to chew on this a little bit. And this screenshot alone is very interesting in comparison to what we just read. Right. So I want to hear where your brain goes when you see what's on the screen right now.
So I look at what's on the screen and it's like Seabreeze Resorts is in negotiation with no activity since December. It gives me some information. I can create a task here, me, a to-do, due tomorrow. So, so interesting. Like, and again, I don't know if I'm right or wrong, and maybe this isn't a test, but to me, it felt like one thing. And when I look at this screenshot, I'm like, oh, so it's kind of like an automatic task creator for people who haven't been paying attention to the things that they need to do in marketing anyway. And so then I go to, it feels less powerful for the screenshot than it did with the words that I read. And now my brain's going to, for somebody who is already like crushing it at marketing, will this be valuable? However, then my brain goes to, if I'm an organization and I'm not getting value out of HubSpot, does this then fill that gap and I don't churn? And so my brain actually goes in a lot of different directions of why this would be a cool tool for many. And while for some, it might not. But however, I will also tell you that I'm the kind of guy that likes to entertain conversations just because I'm not sure where my brain would go. And being able to see the output and even disagree with it and then create a different task based on not agreeing with or agreeing with the thing even excites me a little bit, because I'm a big fan of input in to then decide what output should come out of me, the human in the loop. I'll shut up. I don't know if any of that is what you guys chewed on or not, but like, talk to me.
This is why it excites me. I think like, and the challenge that the team has, right? Like when the whole user base is marketing focused, marketing agent, but really at the end of this, I mean, get into like loop marketing and stuff, like marketing, when done the best in an organization, that team supports the entire customer lifecycle and every internal user that supports that lifecycle, right? But it's called Marketing Research Agent. The screenshot says Marketing Studio. In the description, it says it does marketing research, blah, blah, blah. It looks like you're marketing reporting, right?
Yeah.
This first task.
Sales.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Well, but here's and maybe it's a subtle nod or a hint to two things. One, somebody picked a really bad example. There could be that, but I don't believe that. There is a nod that I would give to people who have historically thought of like marketing as top of the funnel in the organization. That is, I hate the word dying, because nothing's dying, but it's evolving. It's changing to exactly what you're saying, Chris, where I, as a marketer, and I get the privilege of being like a marketer / business owner, but before I was just a marketer inside of other agencies and still felt this way. I, as a marketer, am worried about like 6 months after they signed the deal and are being helped by other humans, and 6 months before they ever find us, or like our website, because they're engaging with us on social or YouTube. Like, the breadth at which a marketing team should be paying attention to, which, by the way, have you seen what you can add to campaigns lately? I mean, hello, sales, service, marketing, like the walls should be crumbling down on the mindset. And I think this tool is showing that the walls should be crumbling down amongst the silos, and it just needs to be a very broad mindset that marketers have moving forward. Call me crazy. I don't know. Maybe whatever.
I really struggled with these examples, like you said, because these are sales tasks. They're not marketing tasks. So with this sitting in marketing, traditionally, I'll say they're traditionally sales tasks, just to make sure Chris can
Yeah.
simmer. But so we talked to Ankur, the product manager for this, and he said like this is truly just scratching the surface. He was like, it
Oh
does
God, yeah.
so much. He was like, I think, you have to pick one screenshot. He can't put every single use case in here. So I'm very curious to see.
Well,
what
this is where we're going to help him with this update language, because like as soon as he got on, he corrected the record and said, instead of analyzes all your marketing reporting data, it's analyzing all of your HubSpot data.
All data. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's the part where it's like, hell yes. Like this is the tool that every business has been wanting or has been asking marketing to do these impossible things where it's like, hey, marketing, we would love some help, like just giving insights. But as soon as we deliver insights like this, oh, have we checked? Maybe we should check back in on this deal. Oh, excuse me? No, that's sales. Like, all right. Like, and we're going to reach out at the best time. Right. And this like kind of forces that breaking down. This is my favorite part about AI. Like silos they don't work.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
And this is a beautiful thing. And the other thing that was interesting that led us down this path was like, it's listed with the Campaigns app.
Yep.
Right. And like you say, George, there's like 28 kinds of assets now.
Yep.
All across the life cycle. And when you think about how to run a campaign for your business, it's like Q1, we want to sell more of this thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
everything involved in doing that is a part of the campaign now.
Which, Chris, do you know, I'm curious because you're out there in the trenches of Casey, you are too. Have you seen yet? Because if not, I want to do one, and I don't know what that looks like, and I don't know what channel it's on. But have you seen anybody do this is what a modern day campaign should look like in HubSpot, where they show sales assets, marketing assets, service, everything in like fully baked out? Like, I don't know about you guys. I haven't seen that yet. And somebody needs to show that so people can see that, and then they have a roadmap to what they're supposed to be building instead of what they historically had been building, and everybody's telling them that inbound's dead. Well, no, your historical way. Like it's evolving. I'll leave it there. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the other thing I'll say before we move on to the next one is this to me is also a nod to a future of a self-auditing portal. I'm just saying, when we start to think in this way, and now we know we can go 5 layers up to all user data and all data, then I'll stop.
I'm excited. Like, so I have a meeting scheduled next week about this. And my biggest question is every time I build a lead score, I get the question, what is it that sent the person over that lead score threshold? And every time I have to be like, I don't really know.
Whoopsie.
We can pull these different fields and infer from these different fields, but basically somebody's going to have to look at the record and see what they did on the day they crossed the lead score threshold. And so that I think I don't know if this solves this today, but I think this is what solves that question.
Just get your data and context in HubSpot, folks. And it's going, man, it's already doing some super powerful stuff.
I mean, not to get us off on a tangent, because I will, because I can bring us right back on. Like, if you haven't been testing the crap out of Breeze lately, I was on a meeting yesterday where they were talking about, here's literally the words that they were having. They said, Hey, I'm gonna book a meeting with you Monday. We'll talk about the like job titles that should be part of this qualification system that George is gonna build with HubSpot AI, and we'll talk about like this. And as they're saying they're gonna meet and do these things, I'm in their portal in Breeze Assistant saying things like, "Hey, can you show me the amount of closed deals by the top 10 titles that are actually part of those deals?" And it spit out a thing. And then I said, "Can you show me the highest value deals and associate it to the industry?" And all of a sudden it shows me the thing. And I pull up the screen and show them, and they're like, "Well, there's our meeting right there on the screen." And they're like, and they had to challenge one little piece, which I asked the question a little bit differently. And then all of a sudden we got some more of the right data. But like, if you're not testing what HubSpot can do in these different areas, you're losing out. You're losing out. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead, Chris.
Especially like if you let others say that Breeze is not good,
Yeah.
or like whatever their situation was that caused Breeze not to be good in that moment yesterday. And
Yeah.
where I've heard that the most is reporting.
Yeah.
Right? Like Breeze isn't there yet. Breeze can't do it yesterday. I'm not a reporting guy, right? But it was so just like, oh my God, it was so satisfying
Yeah.
because people are asking like, all right, when do we get to that part of the project where you're going to build all the reports? And it's like, we'll get there. Like, as long as we get the data model right, the reports build themselves, right? But the way that the list was sales by end market, right? And I go and I'm talking to the person I'm trying to delegate to build the reports, who's not super familiar with the exact data model and, all these things. So are we going to go through every property and do a property audit to see which one would make sense? They're calling it end market, but there's no properties called end market in HubSpot. So I just, for the first time, create with AI, and then I paste it into Breeze, sales by end market. And it said, let me see what we got in here. It looks through. It's like, oh, I found one on the company. Client sector is like end market.
Yep.
And here's the report. And it was done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Right.
delivering, which by the way, and again, I know this is the latest update show, but have you two seen HubSpot in Sheets yet? Have you seen this? HubSpot in
No.
Sheets? No.
What?
Hang on. So check this out. So I was messing around yesterday because I want to be able to, I have a client that wants to be able to update a spreadsheet, and they wanted to know if it would populate information inside of HubSpot as far as like adding properties. Well, now you can actually have a spreadsheet that goes into Data Studio that and it syncs, and you can sync it. However, that led me down this road of realizing there's a HubSpot for Google Sheets add-on. And when I open this thing up, I want you to see. Oops, I just shut it down. Hang on, let me do that again. I was like, I literally had a holy crap shocked moment, because when this thing opens up, what I want everybody to see is you've got home, which is like, here's like your
morning,
information.
George.
You've got agent, which now all of a sudden you can start to do things here. But look at this. Look who's showing up on the scene inside of your sheet. Like, you have Breeze inside of Sheets of Google. Like, by the way, not a product update, but maybe an update to you, the human. I'm just saying, like, and by the way, there is a, what's that other company? I think it starts with an M, Microsoft. Yeah. And they have this product called, I think it starts with an E, Excel. Like, there's that for that too. But like,
Right.
if you're not paying attention to how these things collide together, if you're a Google shop, a Microsoft shop, and like you're using HubSpot and you've got Breeze, but you want to bring Breeze into these other places where you do work, like it's all happening underneath your nose. And there's not enough people talking about or showing the things that are like happening that we're not even understanding that they're happening. Anyway, okay. Product
Agreed.
number 2, product update number 2. Go figure that this is where we head into. Breeze Assistant can now access campaign data. Chris, what the heck is this?
Breeze Assistant now answers questions about your campaign's goals, performance metrics, assets, and budget directly within Breeze.
And Casey, why does this matter?
Previously, you had to switch between multiple tabs and reports to understand campaign performance or asset readiness. Now, all key campaign data is available in one conversation, saving time and keeping you focused on strategy.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I agree with you, George. Like, I have just over the last 2 weeks or so started doing what you described, which is I'll be on a call, people will be asking me a question, and I'll just start typing it into Breeze, and then then I'll bring it up, and they'll be like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess that's that."
Yeah. Well, be
and
careful. Be careful
Yeah.
with that's that. Because I do what you're saying, but then I ask him, is there anything that you would poke at here? Like does this look right? Right. So anyway, go ahead. Sorry, go.
No, but to your point, like a lot of people have been reluctant to use Breeze because they had a bad experience or they heard something or whatever. And so it's things like this that are just making it better and better each day and making it so that there's I don't want to say less holes to poke, but like you're closer to the end when you start.
Yeah.
And it starts with like, now all key campaign data is available in one conversation. If that data is in HubSpot and not in your spreadsheet
Right.
that you've been using because you think HubSpot, you built the campaign as you were building out the marketing email send. You're like, I guess this should be a campaign. Let me create one. And like, do you have goals, performance metrics, budget, like completed inside HubSpot?
And let me yes and you, because by the way, it's like we've historically talked about spreadsheets like they're the devil or something. Is it in a spreadsheet and you haven't connected it to your HubSpot portal via Data Studio? Because now it can live in the spreadsheet that so-and-so needs to see it because tab 32 is some type of weird effing equation that throws up this thing that they need to see like once every blue moon when like the solar eclipse happens because like Batman's on Earth or something. Like whatever, but it can still be in the spreadsheet, but it can be in HubSpot. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like again, breaking the historical, like, oh, good, bad. No, like just connect. And like, then it works both ways. Anyway, let's move forward because we are churning and burning time for sure. Chat GPT or just GPT Image 2.0 for AI image generation. Chris, what is it?
HubSpot's new conversational AI image generation tool in the file picker now runs on GPT Image 2.0, OpenAI's latest image generation model. The upgrade brings noticeably better output quality, including more accurate text rendering within images, yay, multilingual support, and better prompt adherence.
Yeah, definitely read OpenAI's announcement for this and check it out. Casey, why does it matter?
One of the most common frustrations with AI image generation is accuracy. Prompts that get ignored, text that renders as garbled characters, or edits that wrap the original image in unexpected ways. GPT Image 2 addresses these directly. It follows instructions more precisely, renders readable text inside images, and preserves visual details like facial likeness when making edits rather than regenerating from scratch.
Yeah, so what I want to tell you is this feature is available in Content Hub Starter, Content Hub Pro, and Content Hub Enterprise. And by the way, HubSpot, if you can please close your ears for a second, notice that there is not a word that says credits on this part of who gets it. And I don't think image generation as it sits right now in HubSpot costs us credits. I might have to double check that. But I can tell you right now, when I go into other software and pick GPT 2.0, it is additional credits to use that model. So the fact that we can actually use it in HubSpot at this moment in time of this recording and not have additional credits is a win-win situation in my mind for sure.
Yeah. Now that Content Hub investment right now, oh man, it's so good. It's so
Yep.
good.
Yep. All right. Because we waxed poetic on our first major one, instead of going into what is the major buckets, by the way, major buckets were AI and automation. HubSpot's brains are getting smarter, which market research agent, Breeze Assistant can now access campaign data, GPT 2.0 in there, customer agent suggested questions, updates, and marketing studio chat to plan your campaigns. Is that was bucket one. If you're interested in that, you should check out those. But anything, guys, that we need to hit that might be in the service and help desk bucket 2, or that we need to hit that is in the CRM and platform cleaner data bucket 3. When you kind of look at the show notes, is there something that you're like, George, we got to use at least the last 5 to 7 minutes to talk about these 1, 2, or 3 things?
I think we
Onboarding
could
plan?
talk about our top 3, like our third update that was in the top 3, which is onboarding plans.
Okay.
Because that's definitely worthy of top 3 status. And so what is it? Customer success teams can now plan, execute, and track onboarding and success projects with structured tasks, milestones, and reporting in HubSpot.
And Casey, why does this matter?
Customer success teams struggle with fragmented, inconsistent onboarding and success workflows spread across multiple tools and objects. This project enables teams to manage onboarding and success plans in a single location, giving clear visibility into status, risks, and progress across all customers and supporting scalable, repeatable processes.
So, why out of all of the ones that you could pick were you two like, yeah, on onboarding plans?
I think this solves a big challenge, especially with getting projects into HubSpot. I've personally struggled with like, where do projects fit into HubSpot for my customers? Not to, especially people they're already using Asana and things like that. This feels like the clearest example of where projects would be like a really good fit because there's this cross team coordination on onboarding specifically. So I think for me, it's like a gateway to projects in many ways that I do think unlocks a lot of potential. But sometimes you just need to have a good first use case.
Yeah. Chris, thoughts?
Yeah, well, it actually gives you a new project pipeline called onboarding,
There
like
you
by
go.
default.
Yep.
And folks, projects, such an opportunity.
If
for
you
most
haven't checked it
organization.
out, yeah, if you haven't checked it out, like the amount of people that I'm like, it might not be right for you. It might be right for you. By the way, somebody needs to create a piece of content of why an organization may or may not want to have projects in HubSpot and still keep their Asana, ClickUp, or whatever. There might be a world where there should be both. There might be a world where there should only be one. But somebody that's a whole lot smarter than me probably needs to create some content around that. I'm just saying. Because I get that
Burden-
question a lot. Like, well, wouldn't we just put it in ClickUp? Maybe.
Oh man, so much content is needed. The burden,
Yep.
the burden we bear.
Yep.
George and Casey.
One more that I want to hit before we get out of here because I have a hidden love of simplifying the complex. I have a fear every day when I wake up that HubSpot users are going to get too many notifications. And I know that it's not the first place that anybody from HubSpot Academy, the HubSpot gods with a little G above, says, hey, when you onboard your humans, make sure they look at their notification settings. So we're going to hit this one. Notification preferences page improvements. Chris, What the heck is this?
In private beta, you can now manage your notifications through a streamlined interface designed to reduce noise and give you more control. Quickly spot high volume notifications, review all your channels in one place, and turn entire channels on or off with a single click. Use the new status filter to see exactly what to turn on or off. It's a faster way to stay informed without getting overwhelmed.
Yeah, they need to fix that. Maybe what's
Yeah.
turned on or off, or what you need to turn on or off. Anyway, Casey, why does it matter?
The previous notification preference page was overwhelming, cluttered, and often included irrelevant settings, causing frustration and inefficiency for users. This update brings everything into a simpler, more focused view so you can quickly find, understand, and manage the notifications that matter most.
Casey, can you find that line where you read overcomplicated? Can you read that line again? The historical, it starts with the historical.
The previous notification preference page was overwhelming, cluttered, and often included irrelevant settings, caused frustration and inefficiency for users.
Can I get a freaking amen on that? Like, I'm excited about this. Hallelujah to that. Any parting words, Casey or Chris, before we send the HubSpot users back to their regularly scheduled day?
I can't wait to see what comes out next week. There's some big AI. I mean, the 2 weeks in a row now, we had like a major AI tool update. So I'm curious to see what next week brings.
Yeah. Riley Powell and I are going to do an unboxing next week of the new agent automation canvas stuff that we talked about last week here. It's rolling out Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern to anybody who's had access to custom agents. And it is a brand new world inside your HubSpot portal.
I can't wait to see and hear about that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want more on the updates that happen this week, head over to sidekickstrategies.com/HubSpot-updates. We're writing articles on almost every single one of them that it makes sense and giving a little bit of our thoughts and brains. But until next time, remember to be a happy, helpful, humble human. And we'll see you next week on the latest update show.
Yeah, new drops in your feed, fresh tools every week. Lock in, level up, we gon' make this sleep. From HubSpot Unbound to the tests we run, strategy updates under one bright sun. With Casey and Chris and George on the way, we break it all down so you're ready to play. Your latest updates, every change that shapes your days. Your latest updates, new features, new plays, new ways. Your latest updates, stay sharp while the world rotates. Your latest updates, dialed in so you're ahead, not late. You tuned in right, you tuned in great. This is your latest updates.